All right, students, so here I am in my attic. You'll probably hear the voices of my children behind me. But I just wanted to check in and talk about what we've done so far in the class and where we're going in the class and what's going on this week. So I am really pleased with the way that most of you are participating in our forum for the course. There are some ways that we could use other parts of the forum to more effect than we are right now. But in general, it's just been really great. There's been vigorous conversation. There have been well-explained disagreements. People are defending their views using textual evidence. And I would just encourage you to engage with one another's thought. There's quite a few conversations going on with me and a particular student and various particular students, and some conversations going on between one another, hashing out different details, and that really makes me happy when I see that. So highly encourage that. I thought that in general people did quite well on the first defense paper. I have high expectations for those, and what they're going to do is, as you do the defense papers, they're going to scaffold you along the way, like you put scaffolding along the side of a building to make it higher and higher and higher. That's what's going to happen in your defense papers. You're going to be able to get a firmer grip on how to use evidence and how to display it in the form of a short essay, and then later in the class you're going to be working on a long essay, and that's something that you need to start thinking about already now. So I'm not sure if I have the term paper assignment posted yet. I think I probably don't, but I'll be posting that very soon. I'll check right after this recording, and that term paper assignment is something that you're going to want to start sort of as you're reading, looking for a topic, looking for something that you can contribute, that you can say about one of the readings that we have in the class. So that's what the term paper, the defense papers are leaning toward, is that term paper. Finally, for this week, I want to say that we're going to start reading probably the most, or the second most famous ancient Greek author, whose name is Plato. And as we read Plato, I just wanted to say at the outset, there's a lot of complexity in Plato. He writes in dialogue form, which is different from writing a treatise, different from writing a book called On Nature, as so many of the pre-Socratics have something like a book on nature, something like that. It's different from writing poetry, as many of the pre-Socratics wrote. Plato wrote in these dialogues where he has different characters making different claims, and you have to sort of get behind and try and figure out what's going on here. So I'll talk in other ones of the lectures about what we should think about the character of Socrates, and whether Socrates is historical in Plato's dialogues or whether he's not, and whether he's a mouthpiece for Plato in certain ones of the dialogues. But Plato did attempt, he wasn't always good at it, but he did attempt to be fair to the positions of people who disagreed with him. And that's one of the reasons that he writes in dialogues. And he's very, he questions himself a great deal. And that is also one of the strengths of the dialogue form. So when you read dialogues, be looking for the arguments that are being made and how they're being responded to, and be less concerned about what Plato thinks and more concerned about whether the arguments stand up. So great. I hope you have a great week this week in the class. Oh, and one other thing, just please, it's a very difficult time in our society right now. If you're falling behind or you're having trouble keeping up in the class, please let me know. Shoot me an email, a private message on Plato's Academy forum, so that I can know, so that I can see what we can do and work together to make this a successful semester for you. Great. Have a good one.